Hey fam, hope everybody's doing good. As you can see, it's getting a little colder outside, so I got to dress appropriately. Today, I wanted to just make a quick kind of video on maybe the top three things that are helpful for tracking when you're in a fat loss phase or a maintenance phase, or even wanting to gain muscle at a good rate of speed and not gain a bunch of fluff. So the three things that I will say will help with tracking. And these aren't the only three things, but these are three helpful things that I think will help most people. The first one is track. If you eat it, if you drink it, track it. If it has calories, it could be alcohol, it could be creamer in your coffee, sugar in your coffee, those types of things. If you consume it, just track it. It's data. If you have a splurge meal and you're scared to email your coach because you went over on your calories, whether it was over protein, carbs, fats, or all three, track it. Again, it's data. It will tell you, how did your body respond after you had that high calorie meal. It can also tell you too, like if you're, not tracking those little extra bites, cleaning the spoon off, or the sugar in the coffee, that kind of thing. If the scale's not trending the way you want it to be, maybe you're expecting it to go down and it's holding steady. Some of those extra things that you aren't tracking could be, the culprit, or at least, if you track those, could help get you back on the right trend. So tracking it if you eat it. My fingers here. The second one is if you eat at restaurants. Yes, they all have nutritional values, nutrition facts that they post on their website, but they're most at best a general ballpark. If they're hand making things, if they're putting spoonfuls of this, handfuls of this, Tammy's hand is probably this big and Peter's hand is this big, and so what's a handful of cheese? What does that look like? Or maybe I really like butter in a potato, and so I give a little extra dab than the next person does. So whenever you're eating out at restaurants, it's your best guess, and then I guarantee it's going to be different every time. Even if you order the same meal, it is probably different every time. So a good rule of thumb to help with that is maybe you add 10 to 15% of what you think the proteins or macros would be. So the protein, the carbohydrates, and the fats. It's certainly okay, if it's just a meal, just calculate a little bit extra in there just to give you a little bit of buffer in case there are some of those hidden calories. Because I promise you, even though you don't see the oil, you don't see the butter, that doesn't mean that those things aren't in those meals. And that's a whole other side thing of asking for that stuff on the side. You can do that as well. And then the third thing, whenever it comes to tracking, sometimes, especially if you're newer at tracking, you're trying to budget your food for the day. And a lot of times you might eat more than you expected early in the day, and you come to dinner time, or maybe you're even hungry in the evening and you're just like, I don't have any food left, without staying within my numbers. If you have meals that you eat and you're consistent with, you're gonna eat dinner probably, or maybe you like an evening snack. If you use a meal tracking app like MyFitnessPal, put that in there, log that. If those things, especially if they don't change, like it's every day, log that and then work backwards from that, and you'll always have those macros, whatever your goal for that meal is. You'll have that in there, and so that will help you prevent you from going over too early in the day and leave you starving the rest of the evening. So anyway, those are just three helpful tips. I hope that helps with tracking. There's certainly other things that help, but for tonight, that's all I had time for. So take those, try those. I hope that helps. Stay safe, lift hard. We'll talk to you soon.